Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mr. Ipoc here for a homework out video for lesson 2.1, integer exponent. So let's jump right into this. We assigned algebra class. Algebra class has 1 through 20 tonight on this. The pre-algebra class has 1 through 6 and 16 through 20. Okay, so I'm gonna work a couple of these just so you can kind of get some examples. So let's start with number 3. Notice here with number 3, don't get confused on what's the base in anything. These are both bases right here. So we know we have an exponent of 1 right here. If there is no exponent, the exponent is 1. So since we have the same bases, you drop the base and add the exponent. So we got negative 3, 1 plus 3, and that would be negative 3 to the 4th power. And that's all we need. We're only looking at simplifying these. Okay. Let's go to number 7. Or actually, let's look at number 6 instead. Number 6, now notice we have a coefficient, a base, and an exponent. A coefficient, a base, and the exponent of 1 right here. Okay? So the first step, you really ask yourself, if I covered these v's up, could I simplify negative 2 times negative 2? Or negative 2 times 2, and I could. So your first step is to multiply these coefficients first. Alright, so multiply those. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. So then I'm done with those coefficients. Now I go to the v's. V cubed times v to the first. When you have like bases, add the exponents. 3 plus 1, I have negative 4 v to the 4th power. Okay. Now looking elsewhere, let's look at number 11. Number 11, this is what we call a power of a power. So when we have a power of a power, we're just going to multiply the exponent. So 3 times 3 would be 4 to the 9th power, and that's in simplest form. If I'm looking at number 13, 2v to the second times 2v to the second. Since this can be simplified into parentheses, let's do that first. So we have a coefficient base exponent, so multiply your coefficients first, which will give us 4. I'm done with those. Now do the v squared times v squared. When you have like bases and you're multiplying, you add exponents, so it's v to the 4th, and then all that is now cubed. Now this is what we call a power of a product. So raise each factor, which would be 4, and which would be v to the 4th to the 3rd power. So now this looks like this. 4 cubed times v to the 4th cubed. Notice I've just brought these down and I've basically distributed the 3 on here onto both of them. 4 cubed is 64, and v to the 4th cubed is a power of power. You multiply those and you would get v to the 12th power. Okay, let's look at some of these on the back. So if I'm looking at, let's look at number 18. Now notice with 18, it's the same thing on the top and the bottom. So if you remember, like if I have 7 over 7, or 100 over 100, or negative 2 over negative 2, all these are equal to 1. Anytime you have the same thing in the numerator and the denominator, your answer is 1. But if you want to prove that, do what we taught you to do. Same basis with exponents, subtract. 3 to the 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay. Looking at let's look at number 19. Looking at number 19. Notice with number 19 right here, 3x to the 4th over negative 2x squared. Now the way I would look at this is almost like it's two separate problems, and I just need to simplify both. I ask myself, can 3 over 2 be simplified? It cannot. Now don't get confused with this negative. If a negative is in the denominator, that makes this whole expression right here negative. So you got negative 3 over 2. So that takes care of the coefficients. Now let's go to this right here in the numerator and denominator. When you have like bases, you have exponents, and you're dividing, you subtract. So you'd say x 4 minus 2. Well, 4 minus 2 is x to the 2nd power. But now these two are being multiplied. So I now need to multiply this x squared and this negative 3 halves. Well, how do I do that? I need to write this as a fraction. How do I write it as a fraction? I put it over 1. Because I got to bring these two back together. So now I have, well, I know my answer is going to be negative because the negative times a positive is a negative. Now I just multiply numerators and denominators. 3 times x squared is just 3x squared. And then 2 times 1 is 2. And it's already in simplest form because we simplified both of these. So my final answer is negative 3x squared over 2. Hey, that concludes this video for lesson 2.1, integer exponents. Hope it helps, and we will see you tomorrow.